NFL Week 3, let's talk Cowboys Bears. I post an NFL pick each week for free in the free play channel of my Discord. This week's pick, Dallas Cowboys money line. Several of the games I could have done a free pick game breakdown video on that have much easier or clearer talking points for my reasoning, but I wanted to pick a game that had some conflicting angles and just talk through them. Now, there's obviously a reason why this is a free play and not an official play, and I guess I'll start with those reasons first. In general, I never really like betting on indoor dome teams who are playing outdoors on grass. It may not seem like a big deal, but these little things do matter in all phases of the game. Next reason is the Bears fit a rare system I have that I call get your lick back. Teams who lost their previous game by an against the spread margin of negative 24 points or more since 2005. So we're talking 20-year sample size here. These teams bounce back winning against the spread 58% of the time. Risking 100 on all these teams that fit this trend, you'd be up over $5,500. Also, this is a game that has a lot of sharp disagreement. Both teams have been favorites a couple different times this week. I personally know of two betting groups who are on opposite sides. One group has Dallas +1, another one has Chicago +1, and both groups are sharp long-term winners. And a lot of times sharps or winning bettors, they'll find themselves on bad teams or perceived bad teams in a matchup because those teams have line value. There's a saying in betting about, the tougher the bet is to make, the better the bet is. That refers to betting on those ugly teams nobody wants anything to do with. Now, in this game between Dallas and Chicago, the uglier team would probably be Chicago. I mean, they lost in a behind the woodshed treatment style blowout to the Lions, and Dallas won their game. But despite Dallas winning, I actually think they showed more flaws than the Bears did. Yeah, both defenses got absolutely rinsed, but the Lions and Dan Campbell ran that score up. They were passing late in the fourth quarter with a 5-score lead and doing it against a disinterested Bears team who had probably already given up by that point. Meanwhile, Dallas, they're in a 12-round heavyweight bout with Russell Wilson and the Giants. I mean, Dallas ran 83 offensive plays compared to just 65 plays for the Giants, but Dallas was outgained in total yards. And this is a Giants team who at the end of last year I had rated 9 points worse than a league average team. I had them rated 4 points below a league average team to start this season. And I guess my point here is Dallas is an ugly bet as well. And, I want to try to stay away from, having these previews be like super analytical and, super numbers heavy filled with all types of stats. We can all look those numbers up. So I'm not going to list a bunch of stats to show how bad both these defenses have looked, but it's been bad, and as bad as it's been, both now have to be considered how bad they'll be dealing with injuries. Dallas cornerback Deron Bland, he's doubtful. Trayvon Diggs is banged up. He should play, but he hadn't practiced all week. For the Bears, it's much worse. They have serious cluster injuries in the secondary, down 3 cornerbacks, it looks. And Bears defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, he likes to play man coverage. Almost 50% of the Bears' defensive snaps so far this season have been in cover one. This is a big problem when you don't have the personnel to run man. It should be no surprise as well. The over took a ton of steam here. And this is something worth paying attention to in the future. It's very telling when you see like early week over money. It basically lets us know it's a true position. Because if it was a setup, they'd wait for the public over money and kind of use that to help them drive the total up and then come back on the under. Plus, not many casual bettors or recreational bettors are betting overs for a Sunday 4 p.m. game at Tuesday, Tuesday morning at that. So let's just call the defenses in this game a wash. Both are terrible. We probably won't see either defense make many stops. So let's look at the offenses. I trust the Dallas offense more. Dallas has the better ground game. Something strange about this Bears run game. They're third in yards before first contact, which would automatically make you think they have a decent run game, but they're ranked second worst in rushing success rate, bottom 5 in rush EPA. And I think the problem there is Ben Johnson really likes the zone run game, but Swift really isn't, built for that outside zone run style where he has to navigate and have like wide vision to find gaps. I trust Dak more than I do Caleb Williams. Caleb's numbers are down this season from last. He's regressing, not progressing. And although I don't want to just give up on him yet, it's pretty obvious there's a big learning curve here with this Ben Johnson offense. Think about the differences between who Ben Johnson just had as a quarterback in Detroit with Jared Goff to now. Goff is, a pure traditional pocket passer, and any success Caleb Williams has had, mostly in college, has been like playing out of structure. So it's a big difference, but some things there's just no excuse for, like missing open receivers and then overthrowing open receivers when you do find the open man. So in a game where we don't know the full extent of just how bad both defenses are yet, I'm going to go with who I think has the better offense. And remember, this Bears defense, It's not just that they allowed 50 points to the Lions last week. It's a defense that also allowed J.J. McCarthy to win NFC Player of the Week as well. Now, if you want access to not just the bets I'm making, but also all the data, trends, and systems that I use in these videos, and for my game selection process, you can do so by joining the Betting Network 2.0 Discord community. Don't even take my word for it. Join for free and ask some of the people in there what they think. A lot of these subscription-based services, they're like a revolving door. They have people who join, then they realize it's bullshit, and then they leave, and then another sucker comes along who falls for the trap. I mean, they don't have long-term members. Majority of my members have been with me since the beginning in 2019. But I'm going to stop here. I hate doing the promotional part of this stuff. And the only reason why I do it is because I know there's someone out there right now about to subscribe to someone with the word sharp or parlay in their name. And the thought of that just sickens me. But that's it for this one. Until next time, good luck with your bets.